with the British School Pisa, also called MOPI, for a session of Dungeons and Dragons. Tonight we have, well, me, of course. Fausto, I'll be your dungeon master for tonight. And we have Andrea the Young, Andrea, Andrea the Elder, shall we say? Mauro, Antonio, and Fiona, which is actually our teacher. I am not the teacher here. She is.
Hi, teacher.
Okay, so the idea tonight and for the next lessons will be to play a game of Dungeons and Dragons in badly accented English. That's what we will do. Probably with Fiona that will correct us every once in a while. And every time that she corrects us on our English, we will correct her on the rules of the game. Since we are all veterans here, and we will have a little revenge. So, for those of you watching us or watching this in the future that don't know what a role-playing game is, I always say a role-playing game is the easiest game to play and the most difficult game to explain. So the best thing to do is to just play it. What we're going to do tonight, we are going to be imaginary characters that play an adventure. This adventure is set in a fantastic world. It's the world of Dungeons and Dragons, specifically the Forgotten Realms. And imagine, if you will, your typical fantasy setting where you have dragons and knights and elves and dwarves. For those of you that have seen, I suppose the most famous pop reference would be the Lord of the Rings movies or read the books. That's the kind of setting we will be acting in. The most important thing of a role-playing game is you, the players. So the first thing we should do is to select which kind of character you want to play. Now, since we want to start and get into the game as fast as possible, I have already a few pre-generated characters that I have here, but I also have a question for our players. Do you know the Avengers? From the Marvel movies.
Yes.
Think the Avengers. Purdy.
Would you like to play that?
Yep, whatever.
Yeah.
Very well. Okay, very well. Then I would say that instead of these pre-gens, I will offer you something else, and that is fantasy characters based on the Avengers of Marvel history. So what we have to do first is to select a character. Here there are several characters. I will now do a short description of these characters. Even though you probably don't know exactly what they can do, you just choose the one that kind of speaks a bit to you, and then during the game we will be explaining what actually your characters can do and how to play them. So we have here the captain. Imagine, if you will, the typical leader of a party, a frontline warrior that not only has the ability to fight, but also the ability to lead his friends, is also a good inspiring talker in a certain way. In D&D terms, he is what we call a paladin, a warrior that is actually powered by his oath and by his belief in a better world, so to say. So if this speaks to you, note it down, and you may probably choose this as your character. We have here the widow. This is a rogue. So what does a rogue do? A rogue, she will fight mostly by subterfuge. She will be hiding. She will be attacking her enemies in the back, most probably. She will be disguising as someone else to try and deceive other people. In opposition to the captain, the widow is actually the kind of character that, let us say, plays dirty in a certain way and tries to beat her enemy before her enemy even knows that she's there. Then we have the Hulk, a big guy, a raging guy. He faces his problems head on, possibly by headbutting them. Not a very, how should I say, not really a light touch in anything he does, just a big hulking brute that tries to smash everything in front of him. Here we have the Hawk, an archer. He will be fighting his enemies from afar. He's a wise person. He will be approaching a problem and try to solve the problem before attacking the problem. And his favorite weapons will be ranged. So he won't be in the thick of the fight, but he will be shooting his enemies from afar. And then we have the Man of Iron. You will actually be sort of not really a true human being, but a sort of an animated construct that is very much attuned to magical items and being sort of a magical item himself. Your speciality will be magic. You will be able to cast spells, and you will be able to use several different tools, blacksmithing tools, carpenter tools. You will want to, I don't know, create stuff from raw materials. The smartest, if you consider yourself a very smart person, if you like to approach your problems and solve them with your brains more than with your brawl, then this could be the character for you. And then we have the Thunder. This is actually a character empowered by the power of the gods, specifically of the god of thunder. So you will also have spells, and you will be summoning mostly spells related to the thunder, the lightning. You will have a very energetic personality, and also very positive personality in a certain way. For the purposes of this game, you would be what we call a dwarf. So a smaller, stocky creature, but very, very resistant. So if any of these characters speaks to you, then now it's time to choose. I would say, since we're all gentlemen here, we should let Fiona choose first. Very important, even though 4 characters are clearly male, 1 is undefined, and 1 is clearly female, you can always play a different gender than your gender. It doesn't really matter. So if Fiona, you think that the captain speaks to you more than the widow, I mean, that's completely fine.
The widow, I quite like the idea of hiding and disguising myself.
Okay, very well.
Or even being the Iron Man that uses his brain and uses various tools. I don't mind either of those. So let the guys choose theirs, and I'll have one of those too if possible.
Okay, so one of these two. I don't know. Anybody here has his eyes already on one of these two, or?
Well, I was considering them.
You were considering?
Both of them as well.
Both of them as well.
Yeah, Widow, Iron, and Hulk.
Okay. Okay, we need decisions here though, so that we can get into the thick of it. So, Fiona, which one is going to be?
Well, the widow looks like a woman, so go on, I'll go for widow.
All right, very well. So you will see now that if you see on top on the right, once again, the second icon, it's called Journal. If you click on Journal, you will see that the character sheet of the widow has appeared in your journal. Did you find that? Okay, very well. So I will be explaining later when everybody's chosen a character how your character sheet works. I don't know. Let's go by alphabetical order. Andrea, one of you.
Which one? Younger first.
Younger first. Okay, Andrea. Andrea the Young.
I was considering Hawk or Thunder, but I think I choose Hawk.
The Hulk. Okay, very well.
Perfect, because I choose Thunder.
Fantastic. Okay. So. All right. So you are choosing Thunder. You will see that the characters are appearing.
Not Hulk. Hawk. No,
Hulk.
Hawk.
Right, Fiona? Hulk? I mean,
Yeah.
you
Pronunciation, Hulk.
Hulk. Hulk.
Hulk.
Okay, very well. So, Mauro and Antonio.
Antonio, I think you're on mute.
Yeah, you're muted.
You're right. I'm
Yes.
thinking to Iron. If it's okay, you take the Capitan Mauro.
Oh, there are many, yes, but I think Captain.
You will be the captain?
Yeah.
Right.
I will be Iron.
Perfect.
It's easier pronunciation. That's the reason.
Don't say
What?
You don't say iron, you say iron. Iron.
Iron. So it's easier pronunciation.
Iron.
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 Eliminate the iron.
Iron. Oh.
Okay, great.
Okay, very well. So, everybody has a character. So, a thing I would like you to do now is when you go to the settings, so on top on the right, you will see that one of the first thing you see is display name. So change your display name into the name of your character.
So we have to choose a new names, or my name will be Iron.
Well, that would be the name. The idea is you already know each other. You're part of a group called the Vengeance, and those are your, let's say, code names or nicknames. So people call you Iron. If you want to choose something else, that's completely fine for me. But the idea is that since you are related to the archetypes of the famous Avengers, as you might imagine, Iron is based on the Iron Man. So you go to settings, and under display name you put the name of your character. Yes, Thunder. Fantastic. Okay, that said, you have a character. I will rapidly explain how you use your character sheet, and actually, especially for Fiona, a bit what the rules of the game are. So, basically, the one rule of this game is you try to put yourself in the situation that I will describe to you, and you just try to act as your character would normally act in that situation. So imagine you are a thief, a rogue, an assassin, a spy. I will describe you during the game several situations. How would that character react? And actually, this is the only rule, so to say, that you need to know. What I will do, when you tell me what you do, then I will describe you the result of your action. And there will be this interaction between the two of us and all the other people of the group, where I describe your situation, you tell me what you want to do, I tell you the result, and this keeps going on. And we create this shared story, so to say. There are some parts of the game, so let's say I would call this the role part of the game. but the role play part of the game. But this is also a game, so there are some, shall we call them, hard rules, where the rolling of a die is important. On your character sheet, there are several numbers. When you open your character sheet, you will see there is a first tab called Bio and Info, but there is a second tab called Character Sheet. In the second tab, it's all the details that you need to know.
Where do I find the character sheet?
So you go to Journal, on top on the right, there was the second icon.
Yeah.
You go to Journal,
Yeah.
You click on the name Widow that you see there under the Journal,
Yeah.
and now something opened up, right?
Yeah. Character sheet. Yeah.
Yeah.
Sheet.
Yes. So you go on character sheet, and you will see several numbers. Okay.
Okay.
Now, I will rapidly go through these numbers. We don't need to know them all by heart, but just to give you an idea of what they mean. So, on the left side of your character sheet, there is 6 big numbers, and they are called Strength, Dexterity, Constitution, Intelligence, Wisdom, and Charisma. Right? Right. So, these are a numerical value that goes from 8 to 16 most of the times. And of course, the higher is this value, the better you are in that specific thing. So when you look at your character sheet, you can see that you have an 8 of strength, which is not that much, but a 16 of dexterity, which means you are a very agile person. And you also see that your charisma is also 16. So you are very agile and also very charismatic. This already informs you a bit on the things that your character can do. Okay? Now, on top on the left of your character sheet, there is a little icon with 2 squares. Just next to your name, on the left of your name. Do you see that?
2 squares.
Yeah, just next to your name, on top on the left.
I can see widow and then a line, and I can see a box.
On top of that.
On top.
Yeah.
Log and info, bio and info, and
On top.
attributes and abilities.
On top of Bio and Info. Yeah, so click on that little icon.
Yeah.
So what happened now is that your character sheet has been detached from your screen. So if you want, you can move it around and put it wherever you like on your screen, and it won't interfere with whatever else you do. Okay?
Okay.
Okay, very well. Why did I make you do this? Because I would like, and all of you, Thunder, you have played also with this Roll20? Like you know how Roll20 works?
Yes.
Yes, okay, very well. So if you go to on top on the right, you will see that there is an icon called Chat. So click on Chat. And there you will see that every time that I ask you to roll a die, the result of that roll will appear in the chat. So Fiona, for example, click on the word strength on your character sheet.
Hang on. I've lost my character sheet.
Yeah. So
There's
journal.
an icon, now I can't find it again.
Yeah, it's under journal.
Found it.
You found it?
Click on the word strength.
Yes, just click on the word
Yeah.
strength.
Okay.
Yes. Okay, very well. Now, if you see in the chat, a number has appeared. Do you see there?
Yes.
Yeah.
Basically, what happened is the system has rolled a die for you. If you would be sitting around the table all together, you would have a physical die, a 20-sided die, and you would be rolling it on the table. The system is now simulating that. So during the game, I will ask you several times to roll a die for me. And all you have to do is just to click on the word that I ask you to click on, and the system will generate that number. A higher number is always better than a lower number. All right? And for the moment, this is all that in fact you need to know. During the game, if there is something specific, we will be explaining it when it happens. For the moment, all you need to think about is just be a spy, be a thief, be a rogue, and think like a spy, a thief, and a rogue. All right? All right. One single thing that maybe you should know about your character, Fiona, is a changeling. What does that mean? That you can change your physical appearance. So if during the game you think that it's important to disguise yourself as something, this is an option that you have. All right? During the game, I will be prompting all of you for other abilities that you have and help you use them in the best way. Now, something for everyone instead. On your character sheet, on the right side, there are 4 boxes called personality traits, ideals, bonds, and flaws. Those 4 boxes can help you play your character more, I don't want to say realistically, but more in line with what the idea of your character is. So, for example, if I open the character sheet of the captain, I see that the personality traits of the captain is I'm always polite and respectful, and I face problems head on. A simple, direct solution is the best path to success. So, when you read those 4 boxes, you will understand a bit how to behave when a situation arises. Are those 4 boxes the Bible? No. If you want to act completely different from those 4 boxes, you go for it. The main idea of a role-playing game is to socialize and have fun. So if you think it's funnier to do a different thing, you do a different thing and don't worry about those 4 boxes. If you lack some ideas, you look at those 4 boxes and maybe there is some answers there. Okay. Now, as I understood, apart from Fiona, we have all experts of D&D here. So when you look at your character sheet, if there is something that is not clear to you, maybe now it's the moment to ask it and I can explain it.
Me, I'm presuming that.
No, that's fine. Don't worry. You will enjoy this. We'll make sure of that. So.
I mean, I don't know what's going on in the middle of the character sheet, but I've seen the things on the left, and I've read the traits on the right.
Yes, but you will see. What is important is that when we play, that you have a bit of imagination and you act your character. That's all that matters. So if you have some questions about your character, something you don't understand, if you don't see it now immediately, you can ask me later. And if you think that it's fine so far, I will just go on. So I think I will just go on.
Yeah.
All right. So during the game, I will be describing you some situations, and for your convenience, I also wrote it down on some handouts that I will be opening up every time that a situation arises. So you can also follow it in written form while I am describing it to you. If you just want to listen to my beautiful voice, then you don't have to read it up while I talk. But that's completely up to you. So you will see, for example, now that an handout has appeared called On the Road. If you go to your journal once again, you will see this handout. Do you all see it?
Yeah.
Yes? Okay, very well. So, in the city of Neverwinter, a dwarf named Gundren Rockseeker asks you to bring a wagon load of provisions to the rough and tumble settlement of Phandelver, a couple of days' travel southeast of the city. Gundren was clearly excited and more than a little secretive about his reasons for the trip, saying only that he and his brothers had found something big, and that he'd pay you 10 gold pieces each for escorting his supplies safely to Barton's Provisions, a trading post in Phandelver. He then set out ahead of you on horse, along with a warrior escort named Sildar Hallwinter, claiming he needed to arrive early to take care of business. You have spent the last few days following the high road south from Neverwinter, and you have just recently veered east along the Tribord Trail. You have encountered no trouble so far, but this territory can be dangerous. Bandits and outlaws have been known to lurk along the trail. So imagine, if you want, this situation where you are a group of adventurers. You already know each other. Huh? You have been already traveling together for some time. You have given a name to your little party, and that's the Vengeance for some reason. And you have taken this job now in Neverwinter, which is a big city here. You should now see a map has appeared for you. You have taken this job in Neverwinter, and you're working for this dwarf, Gundren, and you are transporting a wagon full of supplies that you have to bring to the town of Phandelver, which is here. And as I told you just now, you have left the high road and you are now on the Tribord Trail. So instead of a big road for caravans, you are now on this kind of side path that will eventually bring you to Phandelver. So you started from Neverwinter and you went down, and then you cut here and you are on your way.
My map is black, sorry, I can't see anything.
Yes, so don't worry. If you scroll a bit if you scroll a bit down, you will see that you will start to see something.
Okay.
Huh? So if you scroll down, you start to see Neverwinter. Okay, why is your map black? What I am trying to simulate here is this is now a regional map. There is some things you know, but some things you don't know yet. Huh? So there are some hidden spots on this map, and the more we play, the more spots you will see on the map, and the more it will make sense to you. Okay, so now you, as I said, you started from the city of Neverwinter, you traveled south, and following the instruction of Gundren, you have now taken this side road, the Tribord Trail, to eventually reach Phandelver.
Okay.
Now, one thing I would like you to do now, since, as I said, you have already been traveling together. This character, I gave you some ideas of who they are. Now it's the time to put in them whatever you like. For example, in a few words, or in as many words as you like, describe a bit your character. Not only physically, but if you want, I mean, it can also be physically, but also, I don't know, your ideas. How do the other people of the party consider you? And maybe you say, let's say, since nobody chose Hawk, I could be Hawk, and I would say, I am Hawk, I am an elf and a ranger and an archer. So my most favorite item is, of course, my bow. I am never without bow and arrows. I'm mostly a silent type, but when I do talk, it's actually to put my friends on a line, because they're actually a bunch of never do well, and only thanks to my wisdom I can put them on the right track, and we can finally accomplish our mission. So that would be a description of Hawk. So Hulk, how would you describe yourself, and what would you say about your friends?
I'm a violent person, very violent. Everything I do with my great axe. I'm in love with my great axe. So everything that I do, I kill someone. If I find something, I do with it. And obviously my friends respect me, because I'll kill them.
How do you look like?
Honest.
How do you look like?
But they don't do. But they not do this.
How do you look like, Hulk?
I'm a very big person. I don't know, something like 2.5 meters, and I don't know. I can choose the color.
Sure.
Okay. I wanna be purple.
Okay, you are the purple Hulk. No, that's fine. That's completely fine.
Magic colors.
That's completely fine. I'm sure it existed in some publications, so that's fine. So, all right.
Purple, really?
Yeah.
Oh my god.
And my eyes are red.
Your eyes are red. Okay,
Yeah, invisible.
Thunder.
So I am a dwarf.
Yeah.
I like beer.
Uh-huh.
I like to hang out with my friends.
Uh-huh.
I have a complicated relation with my family. I
Okay.
love them, but I also have trouble with some of them. I'm a cleric of the god of thunder, so I shout, I throw lightning to my enemy, and I use my powers to cure and help my friends. I'm not really tall, I'm short actually, but I am quite muscular and I have a really big beard. Like in the image. And that's it, more or less.
All right. Okay. Widow.
Okay. I'm not a very nice person, really. I'm quite tall, quite broad. I'm green. Can I be green?
Sure.
And like Fiona from Shrek, I'm green. And I'm not a very nice person, especially or particularly if you're not one of my friends. Once I've made friends with you, then I'm very loyal. But I don't trust people very much, and I'm not really to be trusted either.
All right.
Unless I make a good friend of you, and then I'm with you to the end.
All right. Great. Iron.
Yeah, I'm also very good friends. I love to help my friends with my idea, and I really hungry of knowledge. I try to read all books, and I try to have all knowledge of all civilization and so on, everything, and particular focus also on the history to build the future. And I'm also really protective to my friends, and I try to invent all weapons possible to protect them. So that's more or less.
Okay. And the captain.
Well, basically, I hate bullies, and I help people that are not able to protect themselves from evil people.
So from Fiona.
Well,
You're right.
And I'm dedicated to my God, and I am really loyalful.
all right.
That's me.
Okay, perfect. The knight in shining armor. Okay, very well. Now, as I told you, you have been hired by this dwarf called Gundren Rockseeker. But let's try and imagine, how did you get to know this guy, Gundren Rockseeker? Was it just, were you just looking for a job and you met him? Did you know him in the past already? Was he maybe a childhood friend? Was it somebody that was a friend of a friend and they just directed you to him? How did you get to know? How did you meet this Gundren, and why would he trust you with his wagon load of goods? uh, that is so important to him. So take a moment to think a bit. How did you meet your quest giver in a certain way? Let's say I am Hawk, huh? And I would say that I was actually, when I was young, in a sort of mercenary army, and this Gundren, he was also in the same army. So actually, we are like brother in arms. And then he retired to become a merchant and start to, send supplies all around the world, while I decided to join a smaller group of adventurers, namely you, and our roads kind of like separated. And then when I found myself in the city of Neverwinter, I kind of like got in touch with him again, and that's how I already know him. So that would be my story as Hawk. Captain, what would be your story?
I see Capitan look as a crystallized in this moment.
Yeah, maybe it's frozen. Yeah, that's true.
God frozen me.
Yeah,
Well, I think I met him. He helped me to help other people because I needed a rescue place for some people that they were escaping from a burning village,
Uh-huh.
and he gave us the possibility to use his warehouse.
All right.
So
Wonderful.
we waited there for a few days. So that time I met him.
Okay, great. Yeah, that's a good story. Iron.
Personally, I met him just because I was looking for some money, and I'm in friendship with the Capitan. And I was looking, he was always looking for some help in some crazy mission. And when I was looking for some help to find money, to make some money, he presented me this opportunity, so I was just joining this adventure.
All right, very well. Widow.
Well, I met him because he's a friend of a friend. So this friend of mine suggested that I join the team to take the cartload to Phandelver. And why does he trust me? Well, he probably doesn't trust me actually. But he thinks I might be useful on the mission with my ability to change my appearance, and so I don't think he does trust me yet, but he thinks I'm a good member of the mission with my ability to change
All
my
right.
appearance. And
That's great. That's great. Thunder.
Well, one day I wake up to everybody else was leaving the town for a mission, so I simply follow them.
Okay, simple and to the point. Why not?
After a few beers.
After a few beers.
Everybody was leaving, so I said,
Yes, in fact, you're also a dwarf, so probably you shared that passion for drinks. Okay, very well. And Hulk.
Okay. I basically was battling some people in Neverwinter City, so he wants to stop me, and he came with some friends, and only him had the strength to stop me. So I started following him so far, and I follow him everywhere.
Okay, very well. So you all have this connection to Gundren, apart of course from the mission itself, or the mission itself is the connection. And as I told you, you have been assigned this wagon. So a wagon with 4 wheels, and the wagon is pulled by oxen. So these male cows, right? Now, which one of you? So the wagon is all loaded with cargo, with supplies that have to go to Phandelver. But of course, one of you is supposed to be driving this wagon. So which one of you would like to drive the wagon?
Captain.
Captain?
Driver.
Very well. So Captain will be our appointed driver. This means that all the others you will be following on foot. Now, imagine, yes, imagine that the carriage is there on the road and it's traveling. Where would your character be? Where would you be? Would you be like behind the carriage? Would you be ahead of the carriage to scout before the carriage goes somewhere? Would you like to be on the sides of the carriage? Where would your character be while you are doing this?
I will be on the side.
So Thunder will be on.
Carriage, sort of right next to it at the front on the right.
So you will also be on the side.
Yeah.
Can I be on the carriage?
What do you say?
Can I be on it?
So you could be. There is still a place, let's say, next to the captain. Like two people can fit sitting there.
Oh, perfect. Yeah, yeah.
Well, but I think that all Hulk
Yes.
in the front before the character, the chariot, how it's called?
The wagon or the chariot, the wagon, yeah, the
Yeah, in
carriage.
front of the wagon.
Yeah.
No, I don't think so. I don't want to. It's more comfortable without walking, and that is the point, I think.
Hulk.
You're scared, Hulk.
So Hulk, you want to sit next to the captain then?
Yeah, I want to see next together.
Very well. So yeah.
That's not a good start.
So it's very uncomfortable. Like, you know, the Hulk is so big, and Captain, you're also kind of like a big man. So you are there, and you're kind of like crammed in front of it.
Yeah, it's perfect.
That's perfect. Okay. Iron, where would you like to be?
I don't know, in front or behind to protect the team. So for me, it's
That's
the
up to
same.
you.
So
Where do you want to be?
what do you prefer, me in front or protect the shoulders behind?
Yeah.
Behind, I will be behind.
Okay, very well. Then Hawk will kind of keep you company behind because, you know, he's like an archer, so he prefers to be at a distance, so he will be behind. So you have been on the road for some time. You've been on the Tribord Trail for about half a day, and as you come around a bend, you spot two dead horses sprawled about 50 feet ahead of you, blocking the path. Each has several black feathered arrows sticking out of it. The woods press close to the trail here, with a steep embankment and dense thickets on either side. Now, I will do a thing, and I will show you what you are seeing.
Sorry,
Yes?
I don't understand what is black feathered.
Black feathered. So an arrow, as you know, the back part of the arrow has feathers. So these feathers are black in this case.
Okay, feathered.
I would say, Captain, you being and all of you being seasoned adventurers, you know that black feathered arrows may mean goblins.
Haha.
So
Hey guys,
you were on the side, you were
we have goblins.
on the carriage together with the Hulk, and you were on the side. Let's say the other side, like that. Okay. So as you see, you should now see a new map has appeared, which is a bit more detailed than the other one. This is actually your actual position in the world, in the scene, so to say. And you see that, indeed, farther ahead here, there are two dead horses. This is your carriage. Captain and Hulk are on the carriage, and the others you are walking, as you told me that you were walking. And let's say, when you see the horses...
Only sign of the horses. No body, no other body.
There, from where you are, you do not see any bodies. You only see the corpses of the horses. So, Captain, since you are driving the carriage, do you stop the carriage or do you just keep going?
No, stop. I slow down a bit, and I tell them, and I tell, hey guys, I think this is a trap. Emboscada. Yeah, I think this is a trap. If we go there to pass, we need to move the horses. We need to spend time, and they can start to eat us.
Yeah, trap or ambush?
Ambush.
Ambush, yeah.
Ambush.
Ambush.
Bush.
Yeah.
I have a question for Dungeon Master.
Sure.
I see things on the side of the road. They are up or down?
Yeah, that was also my question. I think it's up. The road is up, right?
So, on both sides of the road, there is like this little, I don't want to call them hills, but they're like, let's say, 10 feet up, like this embankment.
So we are down.
So the road is down.
So the road is down, yes.
Okay.
I can walk behind and start to go up the hill. So little bit.
Absolutely.
I go
You can. You can.
Well,
just
maybe
to
we can.
see, to have visibility from over the hill.
Well, maybe we can split in 3 teams, little teams. 2 person on the left side and 2 person on the right side.
And 2 will be killed in the middle.
I have a question for Lydia. Can I hear something?
Of course.
So, can I hear something, some strange sound came from them?
Do you hear some strange sounds? Okay, very well.
Yeah.
So, now it's a good opportunity to explain a rule. So, the Hulk has asked to understand if he's hearing something. Now, on your character sheet, there is several abilities, as I said. So when you open your character sheet, and if you see on the right side, there is a frame that it's containing several skills: acrobatics, animal handling, arcana, athletics, and so on and so on. One of these skills is perception. So if in a normal situation where you are in a concert and there is a singer singing, if you would ask me, do I hear the singer? I would just tell you, yes, you hear the singer. But in a situation where maybe something is hiding somewhere, or maybe someone is trying to not get caught, I will ask you to make a perception test to see if you hear something that is not normally audible, so to say. So, Hulk, click on the word perception on your character sheet.
I've done it.
You have done it? Yes. So, and you can see that you have rolled a 9. Now, a 9, it is not a very high number. Me, as the Dungeon Master, if there was somebody hiding, I would set a difficulty to spot them with a perception test. And I'm telling you that with this 9 of perception that you have just rolled, you don't seem to hear anything special. You don't seem to hear anyone hiding or something that you don't really see. It seems like all that there is to see, it's just that. Of course,
We can roll.
of course,
also.
yes, you can all roll if you also trying to like hear like that. So, for example, very well. For example, Hiron, you rolled a 16, and you know your the mechanical parts of your being start to wear, and your sense of hearing gets improved, and you think that you heard something like bushes moving or the leaves moving in this direction. So you think that something is
Okay,
there.
in the north. Okay.
Yes.
Upside. Okay.
Yes.
So something north.
That's what Iron thinks.
Yeah, I'm hearing some noise coming from the uphill hill. So on our left. So I suggest a couple of us can go and look on there.
Okay.
Okay.
Hey, Hulk,
Carriage?
Courage.
Iron. Ox.
No, I mean, Hulk.
Hulk. Okay,
Yeah,
Hulk
you.
me. Okay, yeah.
What did you
I can protect him.
I see you are a brave guy.
Yeah. At the same time that he says he said it, I jump in my foot and
Hup.
hang my great axe and start in combat position.
Okay, very well. Now, when you move your mouse around the map, if you click on a spot and you keep clicking, you will do this. You will do a ping. See? Like now I'm pinging, yeah, like that. Huh? So when you do this, you will ping a position. So when you want to move, either you tell me where you want to go and I will move you there, or even better, you can simply click on your token, on this image of you, and you can move it yourself with the mouse. You will just drag and drop it wherever it is that you want to be. All right? Yeah, so Guido, I see you are doing already this, that's good. Or if you want, that's fine, that's okay. Or if you want, you can select your token and use the arrows on your keyboard to do the same. So if you use your arrows, you will do like, see, like that. And your token will move around. Okay? So, I will, okay, since we are about to spring into action, I see. I would say I will go here in the order that you are on Discord. So, Hulk, you are down there. Do you want to stay there or do you want to go somewhere?
I don't know. I think I stay there.
You stay there.
Yeah, okay.
Thunder.
I will move through Iron, in order to follow him in the bushes.
Okay, well, so you move and you get yourself next to Iron. Or there. Okay, very well. Yeah, sure. You can move it yourself. Okay, very well. Widow, where would you like to be?
I don't mind. I'm quite happy to stay where I am. Or do you want me in the team that's going up onto the cliff there?
Well, I'm afraid that we should protect also the material. I forgot again.
Right.
I need to write down the
I'll stay with the wagon then to protect the materials, to protect the goods.
Iron.
Okay, I'm with Thunder, so I'm waiting him. My intention is to go over the hill and follow the sounds that
Okay.
I hear.
Move as a group, I think.
Yeah, now I don't know how many squares I can move.
So you can normally move, everybody except Thunder can move 6 squares. Thunder being a dwarf, he can move 5 squares.
Okay, so now Thunder already moved, or we can.
Yeah, no, that's fine. We are not in a tactical situation. So if you want,
we can move together again.
yeah, where do you want to be in the end? Like next to where you heard the noise, or
We go to the north.
you will like
Yeah, I think something's like here.
like you
guys.
start to go up? Okay, very well. That's good. Captain,
Captain, you don't come with us?
Captain, what about you?
Our brave captain.
I stand on the seat
Uh-huh.
and I take my javelin
Okay, you take a
and
javelin.
I prepare my warhammer. But can I
Yeah.
use warhammer together with shield?
Warhammer you can use together with a shield. Yes.
Okay, so I prepare the javelin and with my shield and stand on the seat.
Okay.
Yeah,
very
on
well.
the seat drinking his coffee.
So
But not
when Iron and Thunder approach the source of the noise, you see that a couple of ugly faces come out of hiding, really, since they realize that you have actually spotted them in a certain way. So their hiding place was their hiding failed in a certain way, and you see a few of these creatures coming out of their hiding spots. They look small, not higher than like 1 meter, more or less. They are dressed like savages. They have little bows and little curved, ugly blades. You recognize them as goblins. Goblins are mostly savage, quite stupid creatures that live just to ambush, steal, and kill those that they steal from. So normally they would have surprised you by being hidden, but since you spotted them before they could spring their ambush, you won't be surprised and you will be allowed to react in time. There seems to be 4 of these goblins. And you see that when they spring out of there, from the other side of the road, another 2 also spring out of hiding. Now, action is about to start. And here I will explain one more part of the game, so to say. We're about to enter into a fight. These goblins, they want to kill and steal from you, not necessarily in that order, most probably yes. And clearly the choice is, do you just let them steal from you and eventually kill you, or do you do something to stop them? I'm supposing that the answer will be, we'll be doing something to stop them. So what we need to know now is we need to understand who will be acting first. So what I would like you to do is, first, with your mouse, you select your token. You click 1 time on your token, just 1 time. And then you open your character sheet and you will see on top in the middle, there is a word initiative. So you first select your token, then you go on your character sheet and then you click on the word initiative.
Where's my token? Sorry?
Your token is your image here on the map. So click 1 time on your token. Yeah. Then go on your character sheet.
Oh gosh, sorry.
No problem. Then go on your character sheet and click on the word initiative.
Okay. Fine.
At least I'm not the last.
No, you're not. I'm the least technological.
No, I mean, because Alka did 3 and I did 5.
No, but Hulk is trying to don't do anything. I'm lazy to do this thing.
Widow.
So,
Yeah.
yeah, hang on. I'm clicking on my picture.
Okay.
I did a
Then open your character sheet
Yeah, I'm clicking on initiative.
and click on the word initiative.
Yeah, I'm clicking on it. Maybe I'm doing something wrong. Let me try again. When I click on Widow, I've got like a little sort of 4 crosses thing. Maybe I've done something wrong there. Hang on, let me.
No, when you click, it must appear some little ball around your face.
Yeah.
Then you must not click anymore on the main screen and move to the character sheet and select initiative.
Okay.
Okay, but it's fine.
Can I give everybody a pronunciation tip?
Yes, of course.
Yes?
Sheets. Because if you don't say sheets,
Yeah,
say something else.
It sounds like something else, right?
Sheep.
Okay.
And what?
Carrot to sheep. Carrot to sheep. Have I managed to do it? No, yeah, I've done it.
Yes, you have done it. You have done it and you have done it correctly. Very well.
Okay.
All right. So what happens now? Initiative is how fast you are. So what happened here is that Iron seems to be the fastest person here. So Iron, you will be the first one to act. What would you like to do?
So,
Yes.
what is my perception? They look like
They are aggressive.
So they are very aggressive.
They are aggressive.
or
They are
very
aggressive. They took their little scimitars out. They are shouting something.
We know goblins.
Yeah, you have heard of goblins
Goblin,
before.
yeah, right, that's a good
Yes.
question.
If I would, yeah, you've heard of goblins before. If I should make an example, once again, think about the Lord of the Rings, what they call orcs. Well, I think some of them they even call goblins. So they're mostly savage. They're aggressive. All they want is to
Yeah.
steal and kill and eat you. So these goblins, if you let them, that's exactly what they will do. They will try to.
Okay, so we have to kill them.
Or you can talk to them and try to convince them to change their ways, or you
Kill
can,
your friends and not your
or you can pay them to do something else. Imagine that you are Iron, and imagine what would I do when a screaming goblin is coming at me with a scimitar.
Honestly, I would just, with my hands, keep their head and say, hey, what are you doing? So little kids and just
Sure.
That's what I was thinking as Iron Man, as not to destroy the woods. So I can intimidate them. First of all,
you can
what
try.
can I use to intimidate them? So I have just checking my
Yes.
character sheet. So I see that I have Firebolt will kill them.
Yes.
Shocking Grasp, Bagadabolt, Absorb, Elements, Light Crossbow. Oh, Light Crossbow also is Light Hammer and Mace. So I have nothing of these that I can use to intimidate them.
Okay. First of all, every tool, be it a weapon or a spell, that can be used to kill someone can also be used to intimidate someone. What I'm saying is, if instead of shooting a firebolt in his face, you shoot at his feet and you say the next one is for your face, you could try to intimidate. So
yeah,
it's
you're
like
right.
having a gun in your hand and say to a person, "Stop, or I'll shoot you." If you are convincing enough, they could stop.
I can use any time that I want, right? Everything.
Absolutely.
So just one per two. Okay.
Yes.
So I think that I will not use Firebolt because we are in the woods, so I will not create any major damage.
All right.
So I'm thinking about the Shocking Grasp.
Okay. So
Shocking.
shocking.
That is just because I think they are in a dark. They are familiar with darkness and so on. So it's
Sure. So shocking grasp, what we'll do is your iron hand will be electrified and you will pass some lightning on the goblin. So in order to use shocking grasp, you will have to get near to the goblin, which you can do if you want, and then try to touch him with your hand.
yeah. Okay, so I move
So you get there.
here.
Okay.
Okay.
And then you click on the word shocking grasp on your character sheet.
And I kill it.
Like that. So you rolled a number there. In order to hit someone with a spell, with an attack, with a spell and attack, you have to reach with your roll a certain difficulty. This difficulty is called armor class. Also on your character sheet there is an armor class. Mostly people that are very agile have a high armor class. People that are heavily armored, they have a high armor class. These goblins, they're not really heavily armored. They only have a leather armor, but they're quite agile. And these specific goblins here, they have a shield. So the armor class of these goblins is 15. You rolled a 13. You rolled a 13, which means that you have missed the goblin. So basically your hand starts to shine with electricity. You try to hit the goblin. He raises his shield, and you put your electricity in his shield, not touching him. And then he takes the shield away, and he looks at you, and he goes like, "Man of iron, you miss." And unfortunately,
And I will answer. That was just an device. Was not.
that was on purpose. Okay, very well. So since you missed, the goblin is not really impressed, and then it will be Hawk's turn. So Hawk is on the road and he's behind this elevation. So the first thing we'll do is he will move in a better position, like putting himself there. And then, since his best ability is to shoot people, he will try to shoot the other goblin there that is free. So he will roll to see if he hits him with his longbow. He also rolled a 13, which unfortunately it's a miss. So same as you, he shoots an arrow, but unfortunately, once again, the goblin lifts his shield and the arrow hits the shield for a miss. Thunder, your friends are not having a very good time right now. What would you like to do?
I will move here.
Uh-huh.
And I will try to intimidate this goblin,
Okay.
hitting him with my war armor in the face.
All right, go for it. So clearly,
That's his meshing face.
all right. So very well. So you see that Thunder, you rolled a 21, which is way above the 15. Huh? So you definitely impact with the goblin. Okay, so the first number is the number you roll. Is the number you roll to hit. The second number that you see, that 10, it's the amount of damage that you inflict to your enemy. You will see that on top of each of you there is a little green bar with a number. For example, Widow, you have 9 on 9, Iron, you have 11 on 11, and so forth. Those are your hit points. Every time an enemy hits you, it will inflict you damage, and your hit points will go down. When you reach 0 hit points, you will be knocked unconscious or dead. So you have to be very careful to not lose too many hit points. Now, Thunder has hit the goblin and he has inflicted 10 points of damage. This is enough to crack the skull of the goblin that opens up like a ripe melon, falling on the ground and staining the forest with a lot of black goblin blood.
That's intimidation only. I think intimidation failed.
I did just that.
Well, effective, so to say.
Intimidation for the other.
So you kill that goblin, and the other one already looks at you quite fearfully. Widow, you saw that to the north, your friends are taking care of those 2 goblins. They have already taken care of 1. But to the south, you see that 2 more have come out of hiding, and they are now taking some short bows, and they are preparing themselves to shoot in your direction.
Okay.
What would you like to do?
Can I use my hand crossbow then?
Absolutely, of course. So you take your hand crossbow.
Click on it.
You click on the word hand crossbow. So in the middle of your character sheet, where there is a section called attacks and spell casting.
Let me just find it. Am I on my...
So you on a character sheet in the middle.
Yeah, attacks, yeah, and
In the middle.
spellcasting, yeah.
Yes. So you actually currently don't own a hand crossbow, but you own a short bow, which is, a similar thing. So you have a rapier, a short bow, and a dagger. So
Okay.
a rapier,
Click on short.
yeah, so you can use your short bow. So if you click on the word short bow,
Yeah.
okay, so you see that you rolled a 17. As I said, the armor class of this goblin is a 15, so by rolling a 17, you definitely hit it. And you have done 5 points of damage. Now these goblins, they have a total of 7 hit points. So you have wounded him. Which one did you want to attack? This one or this one?
The one nearest the road, I think, the second one that you clicked on.
This one.
Yeah.
Okay, so you see that your arrow hits him in the shoulder. He shouts in pain. He isn't dead yet, but he's wounded, and clearly is not too far from that. Now, would you like to stay where you are, or do you want to move?
Can I not attack him again to finish him off?
So every time that your turn comes, you can attack once and move,
Okay.
or a combination. If you want, you can also move a bit, then attack, and then move again, or you can move first and then attack. You can choose. But usually, you can only make one attack. Some special situation may allow you to make more attacks, but we just started this game, so I don't think that they will come.
Right, I've moved one square.
Okay, very well.
Move one square forward.
All right. So you put yourself forward, and you want to end up there?
Yeah, that's fine for
Okay,
now.
very well. Captain, you see that Widow has wounded the goblin, and then she stepped forward, becoming a very, very appetizing target for the arrows that are soon to come.
Yeah.
What would you like to do?
Well, I throw my how is it called what is javelin
Your javelin.
to the one that the widow hit it already. Yeah.
Okay, very
yeah. Okay.
So that goblin is 45 feet away from you. Now, a javelin, it's a thrown weapon that can't really be thrown that far. It can be thrown without penalties up to 30 feet, so up to here.
Okay.
But it can be thrown with more difficulty farther away. So if you stay where you are, you can still throw your javelin, but it will be more difficult to hit. If you decide to move a bit forward, you won't have that penalty.
Yeah. Can I move a bit and then I throw it?
Of course.
Okay. Then I jump. I move close to the widow,
Okay.
and then I throw my javelin to.
Why you don't move the full count? You ask horses to move forward a little bit.
That's up to you.
Because I think it will take more time.
Oh, okay.
All right. So you put yourself in position, also putting yourself in front of the widow to protect her probably, and then you shoot you throw your javelin. Go for it. All right. So very well. But it's good because we can explain also this other rule. You will see that sometimes when you roll the die, a green number will come out. What does that mean? In a real life game, as I told you, we would have real physical dice, and in order to attack, you will roll a 20-sided die, a die with 20 faces, with 20 sides. Now the captain rolled, and he rolled a 20 on his die, which is the highest number possible. Okay? When you roll the highest number possible, you score a critical hit, which means you do a lot more damage. So you see that the captain, with a single throw of his javelin, he rolled 14 total damage. So basically what happens, captain, you throw your javelin, and not only you pierce this goblin straight in the chest, but you also impale him against this tree. And you see that like the other side of the javelin kind of comes out from the tree, and this goblin is deader than
It's a
ever.
clear intimidation also.
This is a clear
I shout.
a clear intimidation tactic. Yes. The Hulk.
Yeah. Okay. I think. Okay.
Get on the way.
At the start, I take in my hand my great axe
Yes.
and start to run forward.
Yes.
Something like this.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Do you want to reach this goblin here?
I don't think I can because there is the hill.
Yeah,
But,
well, that's what I'm saying. So you are the Hulk, and you are a big mass of muscles. So if you want to try to run all the way, jump atop this little embankment, and still hit the goblin, you can roll an athletics check. So you look at your character sheet, and you see there is a word athletic. If you roll high enough, you will be jumping and go there, and you can still hit with your axe. So you roll a 16. You put your feet on the ground, and then you spring up. You lift your axe, and you go down with your axe on this goblin. So if you want, you can also roll an attack.
Okay.
Wow.
Okay. Unfortunately, You rolled the opposite of a natural 20. It's a natural 1. So basically what happens is you do this wonderful jump, then you arrive there and you swing so hard that your axe goes flying away from your hands and it drops somewhere here on the road. So now you are there just with your hands in front of this goblin that looks at you like, huh? Not really understanding what is going on. At this point, it's the goblin's turn. This goblin here in front of the Hulk, seeing that you are without a weapon, he will try and find some revenge for his friend. So he will take out his scimitar and try to stab you. So he rolled a 16. Now, what is your armor class? Look at your character sheet and you see the word armor class. 40. So since I rolled more than your armor class, equal or more than your armor class, I hit you. And this means that you will suffer 5 points of damage.
Oh, really?
You normally have 15, so now you lose 5 and you have 10 left. It's a wound, not a lethal wound, but they will slowly sum up. This other goblin on the other side, seeing that is opposed by 3 enemies here and his friend is lying dead with his broken skull, he will use a defensive maneuver, so to say, trying to avoid Tempest, and he will start running into the forest and away from the battle. Like he moves away. Iron. Yeah. Tell me, Tempest.
Can I hit him as a bonus?
So, okay, this is a good opportunity to explain another rule. Normally, when you are engaged in battle with an enemy and he just runs away, you would be able to make him a free attack to stop him before he leaves. The goblins, they have an ability called Nimble Escape, and it allows them to disengage, meaning that they will not suffer this free attack from you when they run away, which is what he did. So you saw him running away and you wanted to try and hit him before he went away, but since he's so agile and he's actually an expert in escaping, you don't get this opportunity now. But when your turn comes, you can still try and do something about it. Iron, you see that goblin is trying to run away.
So honestly, I don't think that we are interested to catch the goblin.
Well,
So we have more to protect the... Yeah?
say the man that missed the first attack.
Yes. No, that was successful intimidation.
like what the Hulk did.
Intimidated the forest.
I intimidated our horses.
Still have the face of the goblin on his hammer. Yeah, indeed. Okay. No, I think that I would not follow him, also because I would not be far away from our caravan, our goods.
All right.
So at that point, I would just ask, do I need to do another perception to see if something else is around?
You can try if you want. So you see the goblin going away and you decide to just check your surroundings to make sure that nothing else is in view. Go for it.
Yeah, so let me see. Here.
All right. You look around and you don't think that there is more of these goblins hiding in the bushes.
Okay, I said, hey guys, I think that my intimidation works. You run away.
Right.
But I see on the other side that there is still one, right?
Yes.
So I will walk again back to the caravan.
All right.
I think I will jump. you say it is not so high, right?
Well, it's something like 10 feet more or less. So you would, if you want to just jump over, you have to make an athletics check.
I'm Iron Man. I will try.
Very well.
You will fail.
Is it normal? No.
Acrobatics is also good. 12 is enough. So you agilely jump the distance and you reach the carriage.
So, and I stop here.
Okay.
And I think that's all. I don't know if I can. No, it's risky because everything that I have is not so precise at this distance. So I can hit hook. So it's better that I stop here.
Okay, very well. So Hawk, he sees that goblin running away. Since there is several trees in between him and the goblin, he tries to get a better position, like here, and he will try to correct his mistake of before, rolling a natural one. So you see that the string of Hawk's bow kind of like snaps, oh, and he loses the arrow. And it's like, what a poor figure I'm making in front of the dwarf. And nothing, he will have to just, suck it up. Thunder, do you giggle at Hawk's?
I see that clearly that the goblin has the favor of the gods. See? So I will go to on the other side.
All right.
Not in a rush.
Not in a rush. Okay, very well.
Yeah.
Okay, well. So you use.
I move.
Yes.
No, I move
Yes.
too much.
You can move twice if you want, and.
Yeah, but I think I move twice now.
Yes. All right. So Thunder slowly makes his way to the other side, and clearly that goblin is way outnumbered. Widow, your party seems to have the situation under control. What would you like to do?
Okay, so are we all moving forward then?
It seems that everybody is converging on the other one. Yeah.
So, I mean, is the wagon moving forward? Are we all going to move forward?
You can shot to the other goblin if you like, or do whatever.
Right.
You want.
Okay, let me see what weapons I've got left then. Hang on. Can I use the same weapon twice? Or
Absolutely. Not? So you have actually a quiver, and that quiver contains 20 arrows. So you have already shot one of your arrows. If you see in the middle of your character sheet on the right side, you see that there is a little square where it's mentioned 20 arrows.
Yeah. Yeah.
So you have actually now already shot one, so you have 19 left. And if you want to shoot one more, you will have 18 left.
Okay. I think I should move towards him there before I shoot.
You may. The short bow has, of course, a longer range than a javelin, so from where you are, you can still hit him. The only issue for you would be that the Hulk is standing just in the trajectory of your arrow, and he's a big guy and he's covering this small guy, so you don't really have a clear shot, so it could be more difficult to hit him.
But if I move forward, down one and across three.
Yeah, that would be a
So
much
that's
better.
bigger.
Absolutely, yeah, like
Or
exactly.
even one more. If I move there, that's an even better
That would be great.
shot, isn't it?
Yeah, that would be a clear shot.
Okay. So do I need to click on it again then? On
Yes.
Let me click on short bow again then?
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, so you also rolled a crit. So you rolled the maximum number you could possibly roll, and this means that you do a lot more damage. In fact, you do 12 points of damage, which basically means your arrow flies straight into the eye of this goblin, piercing it, and he drops dead before he could say ah. And he falls on the ground, also dead.
Okay, great.
Okay, with all of the strength in my hand, I take that little body and throw it to Captain.
lower a little bit of voice?
Yeah. All right. So yeah, you toss the goblin, and the last goblin, yeah, he runs away eventually, and you seem to have won the day. Of course, it remains to be seen what these horses are doing there, and what actually happened here. So the fight itself is over, and you have time to do what you like. Would you like to check the bodies of the goblins? Maybe they could have something useful. Would you like to go and check the horses? What would you like to do?
I would like the horses.
So you want to go and check the horses. Okay, very well. So when you go and check the horses, you can roll me a perception test. So look at the word perception and click on it.
Only crits.
All right. Okay. A lot of crits today. Okay. First of all, you see that the horses, they still have saddlebags, but the saddlebags have been looted, so they are empty. And actually, not too far from where the horses are, you also notice an empty leather map case. So it's like a leather tube that used to contain probably a piece of paper, but it is now empty. Regarding the horses, since you rolled such a good roll, you actually recognize these horses as the horses that Gundren and his friend Sildar, and his friend Sildar were riding when they left Neverwinter ahead of you. So these must be their horses.
I will tell that to the captain.
Oh yeah. That's not good. That means that the goblin did
Kill our employee.
yeah, our friends.
Did they kill them? There is blood, or yes, because the houses are dead. I suppose not blood.
Doesn't necessarily mean that Gundren and Sildar are dead, does it? They might still be alive. They might have captured them, taken them away.
Yeah, there are traces around the horses, some direction.
Excuse me one moment, because I just realized that the sound is coming from my computer and not from where it should come from.
Maybe.
So,
Yes, that's good.
in the case, so the question was if there was any sign, any trace, and so on around the horses
any
that can let us
tracks,
to understand.
Yes,
More.
so what you notice is that indeed there are some tracks of goblins, and they seem to be going to the north, basically to the direction that goblin that ran away.
So we have to understand if they killed our friends, our employer, we will not receive any gold. So our
In which case, yeah, we keep the
the
stuff on the
goods.
wagon.
Yeah, if the wagon contains something that has a value for us.
Come
or
on,
if
but
we
you
have
cannot
to-
talk about money. They're killing people. Yeah.
I think I would the
I'm
captain.
here
We
for-
must kill them.
Okay, we want to go on the north, but be careful that the caravan will not go on by the north in the woods. So we have to separate us. Someone have to, if we want.
No, I don't
While
think so.
while we are talking, I go to search something on the goblin bodies, if they have some map or something that they take from our friends.
Okay, very well. So when you go and check the goblin corpses, you do not seem to find any map, nor do they seem to have anything of value, unfortunately. But another thing, because I heard somebody saying we need to find out if they took our friends or less. So those of you that want to, while you are here on the scene, instead of a perception check, you can try an investigation check. So differently from a simple ability to perceive the world around you, investigation would be more like a bit of detective work, like looking for clues and trying to understand what really happened there. So those of you that want to, for example, the widow being a spy. The widow being
That's not your day.
She has a very high investigation score, as we can see. So, widow, you see that you go a bit around and you look at the horses, and then you look at some tracks, and you say, yes, some goblins were here, and they took someone. Yes, here I can see tracks of a dwarf, and there a man. You start to realize that the goblins attacked your friends, but apparently they have not killed them. You find tracks of goblins taking with them a dwarf and a man and bringing them north. So you think with your very good investigation check that the goblins might have captured your employers and brought them someplace.
Okay.
Question for you. Can I do something that I want to hide the group? So, for example, I want to take the one tooth of the goblin, and I don't want that
you don't want
the other
to know.
Yeah, the other know it.
Sure, you can try to roll a stealth check.
Yeah, but how can I say to you without the other know?
Okay, very well. So that's an interesting concept. This is called metagaming. What happens is this. What your character knows, what the player knows, that doesn't mean that the character also knows. So if you tell me in the open, like this, I want to take a tooth without the other people noticing, and you succeed in your stealth check, even though the players know that this happened, their character don't know. And it's important that the players plays in a way that simulates this. So even though Mauro knows that you took a tooth, the captain doesn't know. So Mauro shouldn't act on that kind of information with the captain. It shouldn't metagame. Huh?
Okay.
All right. So if you want to try to do that, you can roll a stealth check.
No, I want to do another thing. I want to take the body of this one, of this goblin, and throw to here, right here. Only to make Widow and Thunder fear.
Okay, very well. Sure. Okay. Very well. So roll me a stealth check. Stealth.
It's not possible.
I'm going to throw.
So,
yes, basically what happens is
we see Hulk throwing the body.
The Hulk, he takes the body and he kind of like goes even goes like Goblin. And then you see,
I want to try to hit the body with the warhammer while the body is still there.
Sure. Roll me an attack roll. So roll me where I'm. Okay.
Do you want to play baseball?
Okay.
Thunder, you are amazing.
So what happens is the Hulk throws the goblin. Widow, you notice this happening. So maybe like you make a step back, and Thunder hits the corpse of the goblin with his warhammer, still splattering all the gore all around. because
It's a tennis match.
yes, and throwing the goblin back against this wall, and dirting
On
the
the
scene
face.
with more blood.
I was thinking that was going on the face of a Hulk.
That would be a lot.
And I say, I
and
shout,
also-
stop!
What?
Okay.
What have to stop? I've not seen anything.
So, go kill the living one, not the dead one.
Okay, so now we know that I can move also. Okay, I remain close to the caravan. I say, hey guys, now they are alive. That's what we don't discover or recognize. So what is the strategy, Capitan?
I'm thinking, because the problem is that we cannot leave the caravan alone. So is there possibility for the caravan to go outside the road?
Yes, but only until a certain point. So, for example, if you start to climb up the hill, and especially if you start to go in between the trees, you can bring it, let's say, in between the trees, but then you cannot go much farther than that. But if you have this issue, you see that a hawk, he steps forward, and he says, Captain, maybe we can bring the wagon to the trees, and I can stay with the wagon, maybe hidden among the trees, while you go and find these people.
Okay, people life is more important than money.
Maybe there is something small in the wagon.
It's not your
So-
wagon, Alk.
I don't. I never mind. So I can try to
mind.
open it.
I block him.
Oh,
Try it.
Dun, 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 dun.
I don't try. I do.
I do a big jump and jump on.
Okay.
okay. So, in fact, the wagon it contains mostly mining supplies and food. So there is like a few sacks of flour, several casks of salted pork, 2 kegs of strong ale, shovels, picks, crowbars, lanterns, and a small bottle of oil. So probably Phandelver, it's a mine town in a certain way. It's probably a place where a lot of miners live, and Gundren was bringing this kind of supplies there. So you won't get rich from it, but there is, some salted pork, there is some ale. If you want to eat and drink, of course you will be stealing from your employer, but
You can make bread and get drunk.
that's what you can do, of course.
But it's a better
Sounds
done
like a plan to me.
if we have to go in the goblin town or house. It's better to don't be drunk.
You're right.
So-
You're right. Yeah.
Yeah,
But
my
we cannot
suggestion
touch
for you.
this.
No, I don't think so. We can take some. We can borrow something. So, for example, I can borrow the oil, some oil
For
So,
the fire.
Can I borrow?
Of course, if you want. I mean,
Yeah, I
you
think
can
I'll take it.
You can do everything that you could normally do. So
Yeah, with the
Okay, so,
lantern and oil, I can invent the Molotov.
Oh, scientist person! I see.
Well, you need
I-
more
I-
than oil for a mod.
Yeah, you're right. But I have also my fireball.
Then
That's a better
just
mod.
that. So guys, we should follow the
The
track.
plan.
Yeah.
Yep. Okay, so we will
Widolf.
move the.
Will you go ahead because you see the things on the ground, the truck?
okay, so
We can follow you.
you will leave a hawk with a wagon. He will try to
Yeah.
put it somewhere
Yeah.
hidden, and he will be waiting for you until you return. Right?
Great
Yeah.
job, Oak. You was really useful.
Hawk looks at you, and he goes like, "Yes, very funny." Okay, and so you, guided by Widow, you start following the tracks that will bring you away from this scene. Basically, yes.
Can be helpful to bring also some killed goblin with us.
Why?
Just to present
Just to
it to
throw
their
it.
friends. Yeah, just to
You
present
can-
it to their
you can-
friends.
You can unskin them and wear their skin.
Or chop off its head, bring its
And
head.
you can dress their skin.
Oh, mamma mia. And this is supposed to be a team of good person.
Never say that we are good person.
It is.
Never said you are a person.
We are good with the friends.
Alk, you are also the one that is wounded.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yep.
But I'm very strong that I.
Because you
never-
fell down.
No, not because of that. I accidentally take one tree. I can say one stick of the tree in my body. So
All right.
absolutely not the goblin does it.
Okay.
Okay, so you start following the path. So since we just ended a fight and we're about to go to another scene, I don't know, Fiona, do you want to like have a break and do some teaching or a toilet break if you guys need it, as we are more or less at half the
Break.
Oh, in real life, you mean? Okay.
Yeah.
If the guys want a break, I can point out a couple of things that I've noticed.
Yeah, maybe we
Thank
do
you.
it now, so you don't have to do it all at the end. Huh? Yeah.
Okay. The first thing I want you all to learn to do is pronounce the H properly. So I don't want to hear, because I was thinking, are they going to, eat this goblin? But you were talking about hitting him. Hit. And I kept understanding eat the goblin. I thought you were going to eat him.
Okay.
And
So
how
the
is
That's an
H
option.
8?
I was thinking, how gross eating the goblin, disgusting. But then I realised that you all think you wanted to hit him. So we need to hear the H sound, hit. And we need a short sound, not E, but hit. So all practice saying, hit the goblin. Hit the goblin. Go on.
Hit.
That's better.
hit the
Yeah,
goblin.
that's better. And other words that I noticed as well, where you need to accentuate the H, is hungry, because otherwise I understand arrabbiato, don't I? Hungry. So I'm hungry, and whoever just said hungry, that's another thing. You've got to soften the R. We don't go R in England. So hungry. And another word is history. History. So again,
For
we need
age,
to
yes,
yeah. And also the names of two of the characters, Hulk and Hawk.
Yeah.
And I've got two. Hawk has got the long O sound, like horse. And that's another one, horse as well. Horse. I heard people talking about horses. I thought you were talking about bears, horses. So horse.
Horse.
Yeah. So the H is very important. Another one is the TH. So thunder, not thunder. 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 And think, not tink. Think. Good.
Think.
Right. So these are some nice pronunciation tips. And as I said, that the R is very soft in English. So we eliminate the R. So it's not iron, it's iron.
Iron.
We eliminate the R, or it's usually very soft, the R in English. So iron. Oh, I heard somebody say road. No, not road. Road. Yeah. So a very soft R.
Road.
Yeah, road. So these are some pronunciation tips. Let me think if I've got. Now, as for grammar, sometimes when people formulated a question, they didn't invert the auxiliary and the auxiliary and the subject. So I can choose a color. No, can I? Can I choose a color? So remember to invert when you formulate a question. And another one is why you don't blah blah blah. No. So who can tell me what would I say? Not why you don't blah blah blah. What would I say?
Why don't you?
Why don't?
Why don't you? Exactly. Why don't you? So always remember to invert when you formulate a question. The auxiliary comes before the subject. And one more little grammar tip as well. I don't want to say everything I point out everything that I heard. But another grammar tip is, whereas in Italian, when you're about to do something, you say faccio questo or prendo quello, and you use the present tense. In English, no, we use the future. So I will stay on my seat. I will prepare my javelin. So we use, and Italian students say to me, yeah, but I'm doing it now. It's not the future, it's now. And I say, yes, but in English, it's the immediate future. So whereas in Italian, you say faccio questo, faccio quell'altro, in English, it's farò, it's will, I will stay on my seat. I will prepare my javelin.
Okay.
That's good.
Okay.
Yeah, very good.
So a little bit of grammar for you. And one more thing, when you want to suggest something, it's nice to say, let's. So not we go to the noise, but let's go to the noise, or shall we go to the noise? Shall we?
Yep.
So when you want to suggest something,
It's
shall
proposal.
we or let's are a nice way of suggesting something. Okay?
That's good. Thank you.
Good.
Okay, so how we want to proceed first?
Yes. You start following the tracks. You basically leave this trail here. You leave the trail. You start going north. Eventually moving some 5 miles to the north. Now, the way to the Goblin Lair, most probably, is through the wilderness. And while you are going through this wilderness, it is possible that the goblins have left some traps to stop whoever was following them. So what I would like you to do is you can roll me a perception check, all of you, if you want.
Oh.
Okay. Yeah.
Okay.
I percept a lot of woods.
Yes, all grass.
Luckily there is widow.
Grass, sorry.
Alk.
Widow and captain?
Yes. So, Widow and the captain, luckily, they spot a snare on the ground, some kind of like rope snare, like you would put your foot on a specific place on the ground, and a rope will tie up your foot and bring you up to some tree. But luckily, both the captain and Widow, they spot this snare before it can catch you, and so you manage to avoid it. And in a second place, the Widow will spot a pit. You see that it's like this 6 foot wide pit that was covered with some very soft wood and leaves. But thanks to her heightened senses, so to say, you managed to avoid that pit. So this is just to make you also understand, you are now in goblin territory, and a dangerous place where even just going around may be painful for you. But eventually you do reach what seems to be the entrance to a cave. So you follow the goblin's trail, and you come across a large cave in a hillside 5 miles from the scene of the ambush. A shallow stream flows out of the cave mouth, which is screened by dense briar thickets. A narrow dry path leads into the cave on the right-hand side of the stream. I will now move you somewhere else, and then you can see.
Master.
Yes.
In the meanwhile, can I have a power that is lay on hands. Can I cure Hulk?
Of course you can.
Okay, then I execute this kind of spell. I call my god power. They put an hand on the Hulk shoulder, and I should be able to cure. You can restore total number 8 point equal to your paladin level per 5 point, 8 point.
Okay, great. So Hulk, you see that the captain lays his hands on your wounds, and magically your wounds start to close up, and you recover 5 points that you had lost before.
Oh, thank you, Captain. You have paid your lesson to acrobatic jump and a slap on his shoulder.
Does anybody know why my screen is black again?
So scroll down again.
Or do mouse until
Yeah,
you see
I'm scrolling,
little,
but I still keep seeing black.
Keep going down.
it's on the bottom of the screen, on the bottom left part of the map.
Master, I see everything
Yeah.
black. Only my
All your token.
token.
Okay.
Yeah, I think
Yeah,
I'm
me too.
human.
Yes, you are. That is what you are.
Because we have
That's
fog of
what's
war.
black. We're in the cave.
We need to switch on a light.
I have a light in my hands, I suppose, right?
Now I see.
I have light in my eyes. I can see everything. I can be your eyes.
Okay. So,
Oh, great. I see now.
yes. So I would say that the captain, being a human, he will have to have some source of light with him, especially when it's dark. But out here it's not really dark. There will be the sun, but eventually when you enter into the cave, it will be dark. So one of you, well, those of you that cannot see in the darkness will have to bring a light. For the moment, I'll give it to the captain, which I suppose will have a torch or a lantern or something with him eventually, in order to go around. Yes. So that said, as I told you, you're approaching this this cave, and okay, now on the map I put you there. But let's say you are a bit still away from this entrance, and especially away from, I suppose you can see here a couple of goblins. Yes, so they haven't seen you yet, and you are still a bit farther away, but you do hear them. So you know that there at the entrance there is 2 goblins, probably keeping guard, so to say, as you are approaching this place.
How big is the this is a river? It's a small river.
It's a very small stream, let's say. Yeah, it's only 5 feet wide.
Okay.
You do notice that those goblins there, they're like talking to each other. I don't know if any of you speaks the goblin language. You can check on your character sheet in the lower.
I speaks it.
You do? Okay, very well. So they are talking about one of their numbers that just recently came back, and he said that three goblins were killed by some adventurers on the road, and they are actually kind of making fun of him. Sounds like, if I was there, I would have killed them with my own hands. He said that there was this big green guy. I would have skewered him with my scimitar without any problems. But
I say to the other, no, they're just talking about what they have to eat dinner, so no problem about that.
Want us to be scared? I understand Goblin as well, though. So I But I don't care because he's talking about skewering the big green guy, and that's not me. So I'm not too worried, really.
So yeah, Widow,
Okay.
do you tell them that Hulk is lying or?
No, I keep quiet.
Oh, okay.
Thank you.
I keep quiet because remember, I'm not really a nice person. I only really like my best friends. So I don't care. I'm not the Hulk. He doesn't want my skin. I'm all right.
And the captain now say, "Hey guys, it's time for action." Oh.
So as I was saying, on this side of the stream, you see the small area in the briar thickets has been hollowed out to form a lookout post or blind. There are some wooden planks flatten out the briars and provide room for guards to lie hidden, not really, and watch the area, including a pair of goblins lurking there right now. So as I said, you noticed the goblin before. They do not seem to have noticed you yet. And they also don't seem to be making a great job at guarding the place.
And I say to Widow, "Hey Widow, we should try to kill them in one shot."
Yeah. So am I gonna try and kill them?
I can throw my javelin.
Are you near enough?
I need to move a little bit.
If you're not near enough, I've still got 18 arrows left.
Yeah, but you can throw only one at a time.
One at a time, yeah.
Yeah, well, where I am now, I can try to hit them.
You can eat them, mangiare?
Yeah. Yeah, you're right. I can hit them.
Go on then, you try and hit them then.
All right, I would say that since they are not paying attention, you have the drop on them, you surprise them. So each of you can do one action before the goblins realize what's going on.
Malcolm.
Okay.
Who would
I
like to
throw.
start? Yes.
Well, I throw my javelin.
You throw javelin. So since
here.
Since they are surprised, it is easier to hit them. What does this mean? That you have advantage on your attack. What does advantage mean? It means that you can roll the die 2 times and you will choose the best roll. Now, if you look at your character sheet, on top in the middle, there is an option to toggle advantage, normal, or disadvantage, just on top of your armor class. If you click on the word advantage, all the rolls you will make will be rolled with advantage. Basically, Captain will now demonstrate. So roll your attack roll. Captain. Well,
great job, Captain.
Well done.
So he rolled with advantage. As you can see, he rolled 2 numbers, and the system selected the higher one, which is a 7, unfortunately, though. So it's still a miss. So even though yes, he tried his best. He throws the javelin, but the javelin misses. Widow.
In the impression that javelin is not a good, bloody, piece of weaponry. So
no, probably not.
I'd change your, I'm just getting this impression. So I'm going to try with my short bow, okay?
Mm-hmm. All right.
Have I done any better? Oh.
It's a very good roll. So you rolled a 16. Now, Widow, this is the opportunity to explain another little rule about your character. Since you are a rogue, you are very good at fighting when you are hidden or when the enemy is not aware of you. What does that mean? You have an ability called sneak attack. So when the enemy is not aware of you, or when the enemy is already engaged with a friend of yours, when you hit him, you will do an additional damage. So if you see on your character sheet, there is just under your dagger, there is something called sneak attack.
Yeah.
So you will flag that little square exactly.
Yeah.
And then in the chat, click on the word short bow.
Okay. I'm trying to click on it. In the thing that I've just sent now.
Wait, I don't think you can click. That's weird. No, okay. Just roll your attack again. Just click again on short bow on your character sheet.
Again.
Yeah, on your character sheet.
Okay,
yeah.
hang on. Let me just...
I just want to show you what's about to happen. Yes, so what happened is, you see, there is sneak damage 5, and then there is your normal damage. So instead of doing only 9 damage, you now done 14 damage because you use your sneak attack. So basically what happens is, while these two goblins are unaware and talking to each other, you take your bow, you silently shoot an arrow, and one of these goblins just goes face first on the ground.
Great.
Dead on the spot.
Good.
Iron.
Wow.
Okay, it's my moment. I think that I cannot use fire, but still lighting. But I'm thinking that I can use the light crossbow.
Yes. So for sure you can use your light crossbow. If you are looking also for options, you have, for example, a spell called Catapult that will simply take like a stone or something from the ground and magically propel it to your enemy at a very high speed, and it will do also a lot of damage. You don't
Alicia, we will try Catapult at this point because there is no light and nothing, so it's better.
Okay, very well. So you can click on the word Catapult.
Okay, here I have to come back because I think you changed me, right? Here is Catapult, but this is only describing what is Catapult.
Yeah. Sorry.
Yeah, you switch back. No problem. I was just aligning my...
You're thinking too much, Iron.
No, it's changing the thing.
You should throw the stone. Thinking.
So I think that I clicked. It said input what level?
Yes. So select first level.
First level?
Yes. Okay, very well. So differently from an attack roll, a spell very often works in a different way. So you roll your stone to this guy, and now your spell says DC 13 dexterity save. Basically what happens is, instead of you rolling to attack, it is the goblin that has to try and save himself to avoid this stone. Since the goblin wasn't aware of the stone coming his way, he will have disadvantage in trying to save himself. Fortunately, his character sheet is not working right now.
Oh, good.
Okay. He has the advantage, so I have to take the lowest roll. So he only rolls a 6 plus 2, an 8 in total. So the stone hits him square in the chest, and you do 14 points of damage, which means that you make a hole in his chest, and also this other goblin falls dead. Now, one important thing, very well, you have managed to take care of these goblins before they could raise any alarm. So you are still, the people inside still don't know that you are coming. One thing I want to explain about what you just did, Catapult though, Iron though, is you cast one of your spells. Those of you that can cast spells, they have an amount of spell slots. For example, you, Iron, have every day 2 level 1 slots. Now you cast one of these spells, so you only have 1 left.
Yeah.
So you can only do this one more time, and then for today you can't cast these spells anymore. But you can still do your cantrips. Your cantrips, you can do as many as you want all day long. All right?
Yep.
Okay, very well. So you took care of these goblins, and now the cave opening is there in front of you, here.
So we go.
You go.
Yeah.
Who move forward?
Yes.
Well,
Who will go first?
I'll go
Me
first.
and Hulk. No. You who? What, Hulk?
Yeah, Hulk.
Yeah, me and Hulk. We go first together.
Okay, very well.
So I'm behind. So
Ooh,
I protect
this is
the.
cool. This is cool.
So, before to enter, I want to roll a perception dice, if I can.
Absolutely.
To
Yes, yes, you can. It's a very good idea.
But just for clarification,
okay, sorry.
Yes.
we don't see, everybody don't see the same things, right? Of the other.
Yes,
That's correct.
correct.
Okay, so
Is
Okay,
line
Hulk.
of time.
Yeah, that's nice. So Hulk, I think you still have on your character sheet advantage. So
Yeah.
Okay, you took it away. Okay, very well. So I will take the 13. You do hear already, coming from this side, you hear the snarling of wolves and the rattling of chains. And I would say, since you already heard it, you could. I will put you here just to show you what you see.
Okay.
You see, just inside this cave mount, a few uneven stone steps lead up to a small dank chamber on the east side of the passage. The cave narrows to a steep fissure at the far end and is filled with the stench of animals. Savage snarls and the sounds of rattling chains greet your ears, where 3 wolves are chained up just inside the opening. Each wolf's chain leads to an iron rod driven into the base of a stalagmite. A stalagmite would be the opposite of a stalactite. So the stalactite comes from the ceiling going down, a stalagmite comes from the floor going up.
Guys, there are 3 little dogs right here.
Okay, I'm supposing that
Pet them.
you are like whispering this, not really like
Yeah,
shouting.
yeah, obviously.
Very good. Okay.
So nobody have some capability to control the animals, so things like this.
Very good
But
question.
why?
Very good question. You actually all have this capability. On your character sheet, there is one of your skills. It's called animal handling. And if you find yourself in a situation where an animal is not attacking you yet, you could try and go there, soothe the animal, try to befriend him or her, and not be attacked. So, in fact, all of you have this ability. Some of you are better than others. For example, I see that the Hulk is quite good with animals.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, guys, what do you think I have to do?
Pet them.
Okay.
We are similar.
Okay, I'm thinking how to do it. So I do have some food in my backpack.
Sure, you have some dry rations like nuts.
I mean, food. Why don't we? Have we not got anything to put them to sleep?
That could be interesting. You mean like drug them?
Yeah.
Yes.
Because I'm thinking about.
Okay. Drug them is also a possibility. Some of you may be proficient with something called herbalist kit or alchemist kit. You can look at your character sheet on the bottom left. You have a list of tool proficiencies. Now I don't remember all of you, but maybe some of you have among their tools you have herbalist or alchemist. If you have those,
Me no.
or poisoners, I don't know. If you have those, you could try to create some kind
Iron?
No, me no. I just
cannot
can build everything. I have carpenters.
Well, cannot fit them with the goblin bodies.
The goblin bodies are behind.
If you just want to feed them, I'm saying you already have some food with you. So I was just answering to the question, could we poison them somehow? But if you just want to approach them with some food, you can do this, Hulk. You have some food on you.
Yeah, and think about make them friend.
Let's try.
Okay, so Hulk, you approach them. And
approach them with food in my hand and...
So you see that, you approach them, you have food in your hand, so the wolves don't immediately kind of like jump on you. They see you coming.
I like to see the scene.
You like to see it, okay, very well. And and since you're coming in with some food, you can try and make a animal handling check with advantage.
1 and 1. Oh,
nice. Okay, so you see that the wolves are kind of snarl. Then you approach with your food. They first kind of like lick your fingers a bit. Then they start to eat the food, and they like very subdued start to eat, and they don't growl anymore. One of them starts to lick your feet, your boots. You seem to have befriended them.
Oh, nice. I got 3 in a pet. Well, how much bigger them?
So they're wolf-sized, so like big dogs, probably a bit bigger than dogs.
Okay.
Yeah. The only issue seems to be that they are chained to these rocks. Now, if you want to free them, there is...
I can.
Like that. For example, there is somebody of you could have thieves' tools.
Yeah, I have.
You have. Okay, so you could try and unlock the chains with your thieves' tools, if that's what you want to do.
But why should we do that?
Because we can use them as our animals attack, just to go against goblins.
Made friends with us, they can be like, we can use them now.
They can protect us. Why not?
But because...
the others.
And after goblins, we're keeping them. So in that way, so we are giving them freedom, probably. They will
let's
not
do.
Us. Okay, so what I have to use? What capability? What skill set?
So first of all, you enter the room and you come in, and indeed.
And you're right.
Yeah. No, that's fine. And you start to take out your thieves' tools. So thieves' tools are a set of different items, all used to unlock a lock, basically. So you just click on the word thieves' tools, and then it will ask you which, it will prompt you for an ability. You can select dexterity.
No, he didn't ask anything to me.
He didn't?
Oh, no, one moment. Input. Strength.
Dexterity.
Moment. Dexterity. Okay. 7 was behind.
Oh, mamma mia.
Hey, guys.
You roll a 20, which is a very good roll. So you see that you release the wolves from the chains, and they kind of like group up around the Hulk to, some of them like jump, but they want to be hugged. Or they start to play around Hulk.
I start to play with them.
They can eat him. No, eat.
Okay, what you notice now that the wolves have moved is that just behind them, like here, there is this fissure. There is a narrow opening in the wall that actually leads to a natural chimney that goes up.
We hear the sound of goblins somewhere?
You can make me a perception test. Yes. So, Thunder, you actually hear...
oh my god, the thunder, you are amazing.
Yeah.
So,
You actually hear the sound of goblins a bit, well, far away, but still coming from mostly every direction. Like, from this cave, you hear the faraway sound of goblins talking. From the fissure, you probably think that up there, if you can climb up the fissure, there will be more goblins, and also from this side. So you're probably like in the lair of the goblins. So they're a bit everywhere, but you do not hear any sound that would make you think that they have realized that you are here.
Okay, there are goblins everywhere.
You think that they're a bit, everywhere, yes.
Yeah.
We leave with the wolves.
So we needed to find our friends anyway. Yeah, our target is not to kill goblins. Also, if it's our pleasure now. Okay. Yeah, I was saying.
Do we have some our friends' stuff to let the dog find them?
We have probably we keep some of the tube that we found. It was from them.
Yes, the scroll, the leather case belonged probably to one of them. Okay, so you want the wolves to like sniff the tube and try to find friends, right?
Okay.
All right, Hulk, make me another animal handling check.
And now they
normal or adventure?
This time normal, because actually, wolves.
Ooh.
1.
Yeah.
Okay. So basically, what happens is
smell your food.
Yeah. What happens? No, is you give them this leather case, and one of the wolves kind of like bites on it, and he starts to use it like like a dog. He starts to bite, and the wolves they start to play with each other and try to steal it from each other and stuff like that.
Well, we need to search the cave. So.
Yeah, let's go.
Yeah, let's move.
To the direction.
Yeah, I think we should need to go here, following the
stream. Yeah.
And Hulk, I think you should go on the back with the wolf. And throw them ahead when we need them. And I can go. I can stay. Oh.
Okay, so.
Goblin.
Yes. Found him. Okay, so first of all, I will tell you what you are seeing. So you went forward. The main passage from the cave mouth climbs steeply upward, the stream plunging and splashing down its west side. In the shadows, a side passage leads west across the other side of the stream. In the shadows of the ceiling to the north, you can just make out the dim shape of a rickety bridge of wood and rope crossing over the passage ahead of you. Another passage intersects this one 20 feet above the floor. So basically, when on the map you see these drawings of these lines, this means that these are like stairs actually, kind of like going up. And this stream, it's splashing down and moving out of the cave. And then you notice that there is this bridge crossing the corridor. The stream passage continues up beyond another set of uneven steps ahead, bending eastward as it goes. A waterfall sounds out from a larger cavern somewhere ahead of you. The rickety bridge spans the passage, connecting two tunnels that are 20 feet above the stream. So basically, if you would keep going north, you would be passing down below this bridge. All right? And from where you are, you notice indeed that on top of the bridge there is a goblin who isn't paying a lot of attention really and hasn't noticed you yet coming from this side.
Okay, so I'm in front of the line, so I can throw my javelin again.
If that's what you want, yes, and you will have advantage because he didn't see you yet.
If we're in goblin territory and we kill one, they'll ambush us, won't they?
But if they see us, they will start to scream. It's the same.
So
if we kill him with one hit, then he will not scream.
We don't. Okay. We have one purple person, one green person, one. I don't think that we have. And we have the light in the middle of the dark cave. The light.
Okay, yes, that's.
So we are not really hidden in this wall.
Yeah, actually, what I'm thinking is true. Like, Captain, you are coming up with a light, so most probably this goblin here, as you're approaching. Thank you for reminding me.
Shut up.
Where you go?
Switch off this light.
And we can die. I don't see anything without the light.
As you are
Yeah, that's good.
As you're approaching this bridge, this goblin would actually notice your light. So what we're going to do is this. We're going to roll initiative, and if the goblin has more than you, there is a possibility that he will sound the alarm.
Okay.
No, nice one.
One.
Everyone must
one,
roll
one.
or him?
Everyone
Only...
can roll. No, everyone can roll.
Okay.
Initiative.
Guys, kill that goblin before he screams. Oh, come on. Widow!
No!
17. Widow! 20.
Widow Iron.
I can't find it. Where have I got to click on?
So it's
you click on your token
on top in the middle.
I don't know.
On top in the middle.
Initiative. Yeah, found it. Yeah. So advantage or normal?
Normal.
Normal initiative.
Yeah. Widow, you are our last hope.
All right. Great.
And she's first.
So indeed you are first, because normally the goblin also rolled a 17, but he has a lower initiative than you, because you have a higher dexterity than me. So you see that you step forward, the goblin seems to have noticed you, and he's about to scream. So Widow, what would you like to do?
I don't know how to stop him screaming unless I just shoot him quickly.
That's probably the idea.
Yeah, because he's too far away for me to shut him up. So shall I try my short bow again?
Sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
20.
No.
Okay, so you shoot with your short bow. Unfortunately, the arrow goes wide. And as the arrow kind of like passes him by, he goes like, you understand Goblin, right?
Yeah, I do.
Intruders! And he starts running this way, disappearing into the passage.
Okay, so we're in a mess.
So probably was better to throw also to Hulk on the bridge.
Well, be prepared for the battle.
So
we need to move. We move a bit.
So
sorry.
We are still in combat or not?
Yeah, absolutely. So Thunder, you saw that this goblin, he was up here on this bridge, and he just ran inside the tunnel. Then you didn't see him anymore.
And I have no way to reach the bridge up.
From where you are now, you do see that these are stairs that keep going up. So probably once you go under the bridge, probably like this way, there must be a way to go up the bridge. Or maybe, since he went to the west, maybe this way, there is also a way to reach it.
How is tall the bridge?
20 feet up. 20 feet is like 6 meters.
Yeah, 6 meters. Because I'm thinking probably we made damage, so destroy the bridge.
You can also do that, yeah, of course.
If we don't need the bridge next, so later on.
I am a beautiful great axe that can do this work.
But why?
6 meter high is too even for you.
There are things, how say, there are the goblins on the bridge. If we destroy the bridge,
now I go here, what I see?
One moment. Here we go.
Well, this is going up or down?
So that is going
up.
That is going up, yes.
Captain, left or straight? Left or right?
Straight.
Yeah.
Under the bridge.
Go up. I have 6 movement, right? Because
5.
3. 5?
Yes, because you're a dwarf.
Okay.
Yeah.
1, 2, 3, 4.
Oh, you are vanished.
We cannot see you anymore, eh?
Yeah.
I can see him.
Oh, you can? Okay.
And then I can dash actually, so I can go 5 more.
You can go 5 more if you want, yes.
Sorry?
Okay, so once you reach that spot, you're probably starting to see
Then
something,
I
right?
rotate my icon because yes.
Okay. So I will describe what you see. So Thunder, you see this cavern is half filled with 2 large pools of water. A narrow waterfall high in the eastern wall feeds the pool, which drains out to the western end of the chamber to form the stream that flows out of the cave mouth below. Low fieldstone walls serve as dams holding the water in. A wide exit stands to the south, while 2 smaller passages lead west. The sound of the waterfall echoes throughout the cavern, making it difficult to hear. So basically, as you can see here, there are these pools of water that are contained by these dams made of stone, these walls made of stone. But also you notice that in this chamber there is a few goblins. Now, the goblin on the bridge, he went the opposite side. So these goblins here apparently still don't know that you are there. So for the moment, they are not...
I keep them in this situation, so I go back 1 step.
Okay, very well. Captain.
Sorry, I cannot communicate without
Not yet.
making...
Yeah, otherwise you will have to kind of shout.
I follow 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
And I try to stop him.
Yeah.
Yeah, and am I able to grab my javelin again?
Sure.
Okay.
So Thunder stops you. Yeah, go ahead, Thunder.
Okay.
I try to communicate with gesture
yes.
that there are enemy around the corner, but they're not aware of us.
Okay. Well,
so
because I have other moments. I go back a bit, and I move my hands. I can see only Widow, telling her kind of there are people, there are goblins.
Yeah, you sign to them, to a Widow.
Yeah.
That there might be somebody there. Yeah.
Be quiet.
Oh, what? I don't see Hulk. Hulk, where are you? Ah, you're under iron. Sorry. Okay, now it's...
Yeah.
Okay.
It is a strange situation.
Yeah. Okay, Hulk. You see that a couple of them went north, though you clearly saw the goblin going this way.
Okay, I don't think that wolves can help because they do a lot of sounds. So I think, can I teach them that when I don't know, when I do something, when when I say something, they have to come to me?
You can try to convey this order to them with an animal handling check.
Okay. Nah, it's not possible.
So, as you try to as you try to tell them to be silent and to follow you, the wolf clearly understands what you're saying, and they start to bark very loud. Wah, wah, wah. One of them even owls, like. So, Thunder and Captain, you hear the goblins in this room are clearly alerted by this.
Aware.
Mamma mia.
And they will probably start to move.
So this time I say to my wolf to come with me and I move. So.
Sure. Where do you move?
My wolf. Now he's the owner.
Wolves in plural, no?
Yeah, wolves.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, with a V, good.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and this 6 here.
But you have to imagine the scene, okay? So we have the captain that say be quiet. he had immediately instigating the dog.
No. Stop a moment. I don't hear. Be quiet. He said to Widow,
when
not
I was
to me.
ready, the dogs, the wolves were really making noise. He said, "Okay, now we." He started to go to the captain.
This is the respect for the captain.
Also, wolves are with me. Chad, there are wolves with me, or they remain there?
When it's their turn, you will see what happens.
Okay.
Iron.
I will go there. So what can I? Okay, well, I have to count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5,
Jumping
6. I am. Yeah,
you
right?
are walking there, jumping in the water to make more noise.
So I'm more or less here, but under the bridge.
Yes, you're under the bridge, exactly. Okay, the wolves, since their good friend went away, they will start still barking and howling. Woof, 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 woof. And they're making a lot of noise. Woof, 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 woof. Widow.
What am I going to do? Join the guys, or?
That is up to you.
But I've got to pass the wolves to join the guys. That's the worrying thing.
Yes, they seem very playful.
Right, okay, that's okay then. So I'll join the guys. Okay.
All right, so this means that it's the goblin's turn. So from the room adjacent to Thunder, you see that those goblins, they heard that something was going on, and so out of the corridor comes out a goblin. when he sees you there, like, you know, a line of you, there's like 4 of you. He immediately goes like, "Whoa!" he seems to like
a little bit
be quite surprised, and once again he uses his ability to escape without being attacked, and he actually retreats back where he came from. Though those of you that understand Goblin, you clearly hear him.
I want to watch Iron and told him, see, this is intimidation.
You see,
without moving anything,
just with your body.
The present.
Okay.
You see that they're clearly like is shouting to their friends, "We're under attack!" And so you think that probably in the other room they are getting ready for something.
We can say loud. So no, we are tourists.
You can certainly try.
I can say it in Goblin language if you want.
I would summarize that just in 2 minutes we are in the cave. We are alarming all the goblins. Everyone knows that we are here.
But we have 3 wolves.
Okay.
Yeah.
From the other side.
Fully under control. Fully under control.
From the other side, you hear more goblin voices coming from this side and this side. And those of you that understand goblins, probably Widow, since you are so near to that side, you hear the goblins on the left saying something like, "You, keep an eye on the prisoner. You, come with me." And then you hear more sound of goblins. Like one of them.
The prisoners in this cave then.
That's probably what you reckon. Yeah.
Right. So I tell the guys what I've just heard at that point.
Right.
Yeah, so the Capitan give us the wrong direction.
Was correct, because now we know where they are.
So during this round, they will just position themselves and get ready for you. So Thunder, what do you decide to do?
So we are surrounded, probably.
Yeah, most probably.
With a lot of enemy coming from each direction.
That's a fact.
Can I?
Cry?
Simultaneously shoot at them.
Okay.
Can we all simultaneously shoot at them?
You can fight all of them at the same time. Yeah, of course. You still only can attack once every time is your turn. So
now we have two strategy. We have two strategy. Or we attack when we are, or we move in another place.
Sorry, Iron.
Okay.
Can we? While Thunder is deciding, can I?
Inside. 1, 2, 3.
All right.
Thunder, but
So Thunder, you step forward. You enter into this room. You said there is several goblins here waiting for you. And what happened is, this guy just in front, when you arrive in the room, he was preparing an action to shoot you as soon as something came in. So as soon as you appear, an arrow starts in your direction, hitting you square in the shoulder for 7 points of damage.
Yeah, not.
Oh.
But you still can do the rest of your turn. So if you click on your, you know that. Okay, very well. So
I know.
Yeah, that's good. Okay, so yeah, and when he sees that you have been wounded so badly, he immediately goes like, yeah, die, dwarf, die. But you can still do your attack if you want, or cast your spells, or do whatever you like.
I need to make how it works.
Just a question: if you use the thunder, okay, and as before, make a strong attack.
Yes.
So you can kill 2 or 3 of them in one shot, or always only one.
It depends from the attack that you make. Normally, when you're using your weapon, you probably only be able to kill one. But if you have
one per time, okay.
Yeah, but if you have a spell that hits an area of effect, then you can kill more of them at the same time.
Okay.
Okay, so I want to try it by performing. This is 15.
Thunder.
Yeah.
Yes.
Thunder wave.
That's great. Okay, very well. So yes, with Thunder Wave, you will be hitting like the one in front of you and this guy here in the back.
And the other guy is protected by the column?
No, that's fine. You know, you can basically you will be hitting an area like this. So it's okay.
No, okay, I want to hit. Okay, so okay, sorry, I made a wrong calculation. Okay, I hit this one and this one.
Yeah.
Cannot pull anymore. This one and this one. Yeah.
It's nice. I can see the violet, the purple circle,
but
not what happened.
Yeah, no, what's happened. I know where they are now.
So just to explain to you, at the Thunder Wave, what will happen is there is this 15-foot cube that starts up from you. So
yeah, I'm here.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So like, so this is the cube, huh? Like that.
Yeah. Yes, sure.
So or you put it there, or you put it like here, or like here. So it has to originate from you, and then it goes outward from you. But you cannot. You can't do this.
Entered on me.
No.
Okay, so I will stay here and I do.
You probably want to do that, like that, and then do it. Okay, perfect. So you clap.
I saw that it was centered on me.
No. It starts from you and then it goes forward. It's a force that sweeps out. Yeah.
So I hit the ground with my warhammer.
Yes. So you hit the ground with your warhammer, and this thunderous clap. You guys on the other corridor, you hear this thunderous clap. And who knows what's going on. So you go on your character sheet, and under your attacks, you click on Thunder Wave.
Dun, 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 dun. Suspense music.
You're making noise, not suspense music.
Go for it.
I click it.
You have to select the spell, level 1.
Oh.
He's asking you a spell level, yeah.
Where?
Yeah, there is another Windows that pop up.
it just
I was
popped
not finding. Yeah.
I cannot find it.
You cannot find it?
Oh, I see it now.
You see it? Okay.
Yeah.
Nice.
Ooh.
Okay, so they have to make a Constitution save. Perfect. So they failed. So what happens is you emanate this wave of thunderous power, and you basically smash both goblins against the wall, and they both die due to the sonic power.
Wow!
Screaming.
How many there are?
There are other 2.
Okay.
All right. The captain.
Coming.
I want to make one question, Master.
Sure.
Staying here, I block the passage, or Captain can pass?
So you can always let a friend pass you by.
Pass, okay.
And you can also always stop an enemy from going through you.
Okay.
Okay.
I was with the light of my Capitan at this point. I was not able to see.
No. You cannot see.
Yeah.
Oh, there are other wolf here. I did my 6 steps, so I cannot do anything more. But I have my javelin. I can throw my javelin on this one. Die! Oh, he didn't die.
Yeah, it wasn't with advantage. It was a normal roll, so unfortunately you missed it. Yeah. The Hulk.
Okay. I was thinking a strange thing. I have a rope in my backpack, you know?
Yeah, sure.
Okay, yeah. I was thinking to tie the bridge and to, I don't know, something to break him and let him down, so we can.
I understand. So basically, you throw your rope on top of the bridge, and then the other side comes down, and then you pull both sides to put down the bridge.
Yeah, exactly.
I love it. Okay, so roll an athletics check.
1 or 2?
Just 1.
No. The number is 1 or 2.
All right, so you do just that. You throw the thing, and then you see the Hulk, and you see that he brings the whole bridge crashing down. You see like a couple of goblins that were coming from this cave. Now they cannot cross the bridge anymore, and they are stuck up there.
Well, that is the smartest thing you did from the beginning.
The smart. I don't know how to answer to a question already.
Huh?
All right.
I don't know how to answer, so I pass away.
Too much emotion.
Iron can do only one thing. Can follow the light.
Yeah.
Because I'm blind, I cannot see anything. Now I don't know if I have some light power in my armor.
You don't have a torch.
Yeah, I'm thinking this. So, do I have my eyes that can?
You cannot see in the darkness, but if you want, you can light a torch.
Oh, we lost the teacher.
We lost few.
Yeah.
We lost Widow.
Would you like to light a torch?
I light torch. Yes, if I can. But is an action or is just?
That will be your action. Yeah.
Oh,
Hi, Widow.
No. So no. At this point, I want to go. I'm thinking how many after remain here only Widow and
Hulk
Hulk and Widow only alone. Both of you are strong. 3 wolf. Yeah, you're right. I can come with you guys. So I will do my action. I will go in the cave. I follow the light. Okay.
Actually, I think Widow also doesn't see anything here.
Widow, you see anything?
Not much at all, no.
No, because
at this point I have to switch the light, so I have to switch. Otherwise, we are with anything.
Okay, so you
have 3 was. Yeah, turn on the light. Yes.
Right.
Switch on light. Okay, now we can see some things, and I can also move, right?
Yes.
I move, and one moment. Why I cannot move? Looks like that I cannot move.
Where do you want to go?
I was thinking to move to the
sorry.
wolf. Yes, going closer to the wolf.
All right, like that.
Yeah, something. Oh no, a little bit in middle of the tree. Wolf.
Like that.
Yeah,
Like
because now they will go out. Yeah, here.
Okay, perfect. All right. So the wolves, they will want to protect their master. So basically, they will start going this direction. 1, 2.
Can I say something to them? Just so.
If it's quick, you can. Just
Okay,
like,
no. Okay, no.
Otherwise, you need to spend your action to that.
Okay.
These other wolf, yeah, basically they kind of like put themselves around you in a protective stance because you are their friend. Widow, you see 20 feet up, there is a goblin just coming out of the tunnel, but the bridge is broken and he cannot really attack you. I mean, unless he shoots you. From this side there is more goblins coming, and you heard that from that side there must be some more goblins. So yeah, what would you like to do?
Okay, the ones behind me are a bit nearer, I think, aren't they?
Yeah, these ones.
So I need to get them
there.
first. Yeah. So I need to get him.
Yeah.
So,
Probably you have to move.
Right, move towards him.
Yeah. You also have melee weapons, like you have your rapier and a dagger, so you can choose to use that instead of your short bow.
Okay, should we try that instead then? So have I got time to go right next to him and use the dagger then?
Absolutely, yes.
Okay. So I've got to find my card again though because it disappeared because I went offline.
Okay, normally if you click on your token, then you do.
Yeah.
Then you press Shift and double click, and your character sheet should open automatically.
Really?
Okay. Yeah. Okay. So I'm using. Hang on. Let me see what I'll use this time then. So.
You either have a rapier or a dagger.
Right. Let me try rapier then.
Go for it. Unfortunately, that's a natural one. Basically, you kind of like misstep. You're actually walking on this running water, so you lose your footing for a moment, and you lose your balance, and you miss.
God.
Yeah.
That sounds like me.
All right, now it's the goblins. Basically, what happens is there's this goblin next to you, Widow. Another one comes forward. Here from the raised tunnel, you see also Hulk and Iron. You see two goblins here. They're starting to take in their bows. Captain and Thunder, you see these two goblins taking position here, taking out their bows. From this cavern, another goblin comes, and he also takes his bow. The situation seems kind of bit desperate, really. And then Captain and Thunder, you see from this cave a big furry goblin, much bigger than the others, like even bigger than a man, with a great what is that, a flail, I think. Yeah, with a morning star, like this mace with a ball tied to a chain, coming out of the cave, and he looks in your direction, Captain, and he says in a very accented common, "What do we have here? Food? Or could we maybe make a deal?" And Captain, you look at this creature for a moment, and you start to think, is it really possible to make a deal with such a creature? Our heroes are surrounded from all sides by goblins that only wants to kill them and possibly eat them, and now maybe there is an opportunity to parley for their lives. Will our heroes survive the attack on the goblin lair? We will only know in the next episode of Lost Mine of Phandelver, an epic campaign by all of you. And this is where we're going to stop for tonight. We still have a few minutes for our teacher, maybe, if she wants to correct us with some more.
Fiona, you have the camera switch off, so.
Yeah.
Oh, have I? Sorry. Yeah, because
no, it's the line.
Only because she doesn't want to show you that she's crying for your thinking.
So guys, remind me how I get my camera back on.
So you go down on Discord, down on the left, there is a green button video.
Gone. I can't see it.
So you have to go on Discord, not on Roll20. You have two programs open. One is Roll20 where we are playing, and one is Discord where you are talking, basically.
All right. Okay.
Yeah. So on the bottom left, there is the video button.
Okay.
In green.
I can see audio. I can't see video. Let me see if I can find it. I'm not being very technological.
No, it's okay. So it should be on
the guys. I do apologize.
On the bottom left.
Very technological. Bottom left, yeah. I'm looking bottom left. I can't see it though.
Okay. Do you have?
Never mind. You can hear me though.
Yeah, we can hear you though.
Yeah, we can hear.
It's enough. It's enough.
So anyway, first of all, the story was very nice.
I can't see any of you though. I can't see any of you. I haven't seen any of you all game. Could you see me?
Yeah.
I couldn't see any of you. I could only hear you.
In the past, we could.
Right. Oh well. Never mind. So So are you ready for some more correction then?
Of course. That's why we are here.
I'm still hearing these rolling R's. So I'm hearing words like green.
We like pirates.
Green and purple. I'm hearing purple. Purple, green. We need softers. We don't need these strongers. And I'm still hearing tink instead of think. And you've got to learn as well the English T. So not better, but better. So you've got to hear like a little fisker when you say the t in English. Ta. Try saying ta. Here's a little tongue twister for you. 22 Italians talking together.
22 Italians talking together.
That's all right, but I'm not hearing that. I need to hear that. 22 Italians.
22 Italians.
22 Italians.
And also, you've got to learn to say all try and say And you're probably thinking, why? Why is she asking me to say Because is the most common sound in the English language. So I don't want to hear better. I want to hear better. Better. Like mother, father, not father. Father.
Mother, father.
Computer.
It's not ha.
So is the sound you've got to learn. You've got to learn You've got to learn R. So bar, car, target. I heard somebody say target. Target. Actually, no. I heard somebody say. They must be from Pisa or Livorno because I heard them say targete. So you've got to eliminate the e off the end. So it's not target, it's target.
Target.
Okay, and one more thing. Oh no, I'll give you a couple more things. I'll give you another couple of grammar. So let me think. Yeah. How tall is the bridge? How tall? Not how is the bridge tall, but how tall is the bridge?
Is the bridge?
Yeah. How
was tall correct, or is it how high is the bridge?
Yeah, high would be better, but tall was in the wrong position. I think somebody said something like, "How is the bridge tall?"
Right, yeah,
so how tall? How big? How big are they?
How high?
How high? That's right.
Is the bridge?
That's right. And that was one thing as well, another grammar thing. Before entering the cave. So before plus ing, before entering, or after entering, or while following the stream. So we need the ing, okay?
Okay.
All right.
And just one thing to finish, one more thing. I don't want to hear any more Mamma Mia. I want to hear, oh my God.
Oh my God, Mamma Mia.
Oh my God.
Next time you have to say my mother. My mother.
Oh my God.
Oh my mother.
OMG.
No.
Well, if you are going to say Mamma Mia, then you've got to sing it. Mamma Mia.
Here we go again. Or no, it's time to say gosh.
Oh gosh. Yeah,
Oh
but
my
I tried
God.
that. I tried teaching kids in Livorno to say gosh instead of boya. I said, no, it's not a boy, it's gosh. But then they started saying to me, gosh, de.
Gosh,
Gosh, de.
So, oh my God.
All right.
Okay, that was nice.
Okay, from my side, I don't know. I hope you enjoyed it. If there is anything maybe you would like to do different, you can always ask me, or if you have any remarks. I mean, I'm here also to learn what my players want and prefer. So whatever you have, you can tell me, and we'll do it differently. Or we just keep doing like we're doing it now, and that's
First time, so I don't know. I've got no questions or remarks.
All
It's
right.
my first time, so
okay,
interesting.
Well. But we have the Discord channel anyhow. So if you have some questions also during the week, you can drop it there, and I will answer. No problem.
Okay.
Yeah. So, but next time we will continue the same adventure,
Absolutely.
right?
So when we will start next time, we will be in exactly this moment.
So we have to survive with an agreement or with the fight.
It will be a high stress situation immediately as we start.
We have to make a strategy.
You have what do we have? 2 weeks time? I don't know. What is it? Every 2 weeks or?
So we can sacrifice our.
I have 2 weeks.
Every 2 weeks, right?
Should
Okay,
be.
so you have 2 weeks time to think about the strategy.
We can sacrifice our captain.
It's a good idea. Wonderful idea.
All right.
I want to learn next to be able to see you lot, because I couldn't see anybody today. I could only see. I didn't know who was speaking and things.
But it's strange. You know what? I will now stop the stream, and if you stay another 5 minutes, I will explain you about Discord. Maybe you because I think you
we
could
saw.
see it. Yeah. Okay,
we
so
saw you.
I will stop the stream.
Yep.
Thank everyone that participated. Thank everyone that watched us. And this stream will also be online forever. So I will send links very soon, and we'll put also a link on the Facebook page of Moppy. So bye, guys.
Goodbye.
Bye.
Bye. Thank you.
Thank you.